Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki has signed a deal with the government of Malaysia for the establishment of a University of Innovation in Benin City, Edo State. The governor disclosed this to newsmen in Benin City. According to him, this was part of his administration's efforts to bring more development into the state, boost the state's economy, and better the lives of Edo people. According to the governor, he said, "As I speak to you today, I have signed an MOU with a company in Malaysia to bring a University of Innovation to Benin City. We are in discussion with one of the best schools in Malaysia, and we have signed an MOU with them." Obaseki in the last 3 years and 9 months has leveraged on his experience as a seasoned investment banker to bring developmental projects to the state through MOUs with local and international investors. Okay. Hmm. Well, no wonder they are calling the governor an MOU governor. Government of MOU, what have you done with all the MOUs that are gathering dust all over the places? You are closing down higher institutions in the state and unable to fund existing ones. Yet you are signing MOU for another all because of 4+4. I think most of the MOU are beginning to yield a result because that is what they have been saying. The modular refinery, that one is there, and also the power plant, the 55 megawatts is going to be switching on by next week, according to what he said. Those are the parts of the MOUs, and those are the ones that I can remember. If you are in that seat, you'll be able to tell us other things that is signed with this MOU of 18 that is signed. You'll be able to tell us. But the recent one that we could remember, those are the ones that he said, oh, with the issue or with the help of the MOU, he's been able to achieve them. Which the modular refinery, that one is almost completed, and according to what he said, it's going to bring development, it's going to create employment, it's going to boost the economy, it's going to do this and this and that. At least those two can remember those ones. The rest you can let us know in the comment section. So of course, a lot of people will try to relate it with this election that is coming up. Oh yes, this man is doing this because he wants to get the 4+4, or he wants to get another 4 years. Of course, that is how people will see it, and that is why that is what most of them do. But it favors some of them. At the end of the day, most of the governors who usually do all of those things towards the end of their first term, so that it will be so fresh. I think maybe that's one of the things, the reason why they do that. It will be so fresh in the minds of the people, because Nigerians do forget a lot of things. And don't forget that we are faced with many challenges on a daily basis. Many challenges on a daily basis. That is what we are faced with every now and then. So whatever you must have done, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, oh my goodness, by the time your first time is ending, people must have forgotten, because most of the time we are uh, immediate people, IP, because what we are getting now is what we remember. What somebody has done, they will forget it. If you just do something that is contrary to what they feel at that particular time, irrespective of what you have done good, they will forget it, whether it is a human nature or Nigerians are in that habit. Maybe that is why most of them, they always try to push all their projects towards the second term or first term, because they want to come back for the second term. But for some time now, a lot of people have really come out to say, yes, the man has done this, the man has done that, and you don't expect the opposition, those who are not even in their caucus, to say yes, he has done well. No, 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 no. They will say that, like majority of the PDP people now that are, singing the praises of the governor now, but before he defected to their party, they were seeing him as somebody who was not doing the right thing. And meanwhile, his party that he had problem with, which he's still having problem with, of course, that one is now the former party APC. They were singing his praises, apart from the trouble or the problem he had with Ushumole. So all of a sudden, they turned against him. And just like I said, even Obaseki too, when they made Ganduje the chairman of the campaign team of APC, that was when Obaseki remembered that, oh yes, Ganduje has done this, has done this, has done that. But while he was with them in APC, he never remembered all of those things. He never remember all of those things because all of them will keep quiet, even when they know that some truth are being made open of what of the wrongdoings that some of their members are doing. They won't say anything, but by the time they are not together, they will begin to speak. So that is how it's been, is they have been playing the whole game, and that is why we are not moving forward. But that is by the wayside. So in my opinion, I'm just thinking that that is the more reason why most of them, when they want to, any project they want to do, they always try to push it at the end of their first tenure, when they are seeking for a re-election, so that it will be fresh in the memory of the people. But by and large, with this one, most of the time they always have a good things on the paper, but when it comes to reality, that is where the problem comes in. Like this what is it called, the power plants. The opposition is not happy about it. They are not happy about it because they say, oh, he's trying to use that to woo the people, he's trying to use that to deceive the people. But what I asked in that video was that whatever anybody will want to think, whether he's doing it now or he has done it before, the most important thing is that the Edo people's money is intact, is being used for something that you can really see. Some people are like, oh, 55 megawatts, what is it going to, how many households is it going to power? But at least it's something. Even the refinery to that, because even when I was just, I say Edo refinery, a modular refinery, I say refinery, refinery that Nigeria government has not been able to do. How come that this man did it? With the help of other private sectors coming together, and we learned that the government, Edo state government, contributed about 700 million or 800 million naira or so thereabout to that project, meaning that the government is part of the business, is part of the whole thing. And if really the federal government has been doing all these things before now, at least the issue of a fuel hike or petrol hike will not be there. At least it will be minimal. How many refiners do we have in the country? We have 4 refineries. Are they working? They are just there, not doing anything. But if you hear what they are spending every year or so on what do they call them, whether to renovate or to put them in order, yet nothing, we can't see anything about it. The way this government made mad, the way they promised heaven and earth, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. And come to think of it, the president is the minister of petroleum. You can imagine. Minister of petroleum, Buhari, minister of petroleum, and yet see what we are experiencing as far as a oil is concerned. So when I heard about this refinery, modular refinery, I said, what this guy is talking about? But at least little things like that, bringing development into the state is something that is commendable. Let him do more, because Oshimole said it's a memorandum of underdevelopment. It's a memorandum of underdevelopment government. That is what Obaseki stands for. But with this one, he says it's bringing innovation school, university school into the states. If they give him chance, definitely, since he has done the refinery, modular refinery, and this power plant, who knows whether he's going to do better than that. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us have your take.